Big booty hoes!
Big booty!
Hoochie mamas! Hop with it into the chorus, ready? And she another about a hoochie mama! Hoorah, hoochie mama! She another about a hoochie mama! Hoorah, hoochie mama! Yeah!
Beautiful.
I
Nice.
fucking love that song.
That was a great intro.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah. That was a season 2 opener.
Yeah. I actually kind of forgot that.
That was an awesome way to start, I think.
Welcome to season 2.
We're not going to be able to follow that.
Oh, absolutely
Follow
not.
that goodness.
But
Shit.
it's okay.
Season 2, episode 1. We got our shit together. Last episode, there were some sound issues. Mainly,
we got our shit together this episode.
yeah, we got our shit together this
Keyword being
episode, even though we
were.
said we did last episode.
There were some issues.
Yeah.
That's the past tense.
Hopefully, we got it all cleared up.
Yeah, that's the hope here.
WorkingTitlePodcast.com is our website. Check it out. I highly recommend it for all things Working Title because it has links to everything. It has links to YouTube. You can watch our videos on YouTube. You can download our podcast directly from the website. You can stream it directly from the website. And you can like us on Facebook too. There's a link to that.
Follow us on Twitter at Working Title Pod.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter. There is a link to Twitter as well. And we're also on Stitcher Radio, which is a mobile app for your phone. It's totally free. iPhone, Android, iPad. You download it, and it gives you access to NPR and pretty much all the podcast stuff you could want. The big shows, the little shows, everything in between. We're on there. When you download it and open it up, the first thing you get is a sign-in window. You can either sign in with Facebook or create a new account. Before you do either of those things, click on the orange banner that says "Tell us how you heard about us," and click on that. It opens up a text box. In that text box, enter in the promo code Working Title, the one-word promo code Working Title for a chance to win $100. And Stitcher donates $1 to the show, so it helps us out tremendously. We're also on iTunes and Zune, and you could find us on pretty much any podcatcher. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and rate the show. It helps a lot. All right.
And all the haters out there, fuck y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
That as well.
Yeah. On that wonderful note, Oh, right. I had something to do with the beginning of this podcast.
Oh, yes.
Last night was a excellent Saturday night. I was at Disneyland. I was able to go to Disneyland
Nice.
for the first time. Got a new pass.
For the first time ever?
No.
Oh.
Sorry, first time in a while.
Okay.
Good catch there. So that was good. But then around 7:30, I had the opportunity to go to a music video premiere party for this band called Flux. Met with the guys through a mutual friend. Really, really awesome band. Got invited to the premiere. Talented musicians. It's a rap rock band, and they put a lot of emphasis on their lyrics, but just as much emphasis on the musicality of their work. So they just
like a Linkin Park kind of deal.
Yeah, but actually a little bit different.
A little bit different.
A little bit different.
Kind of concept?
Yeah, still very conscious. The raps and the lyric, they're
Okay.
very smart, intelligent. Anyways, they got an EP, or I guess they have an album coming out called Whiskeyland, this was also the premiere party for that.
Cool name.
Yeah, and we got
Okay.
to listen to all that, and we had a great time. And I'm actually planning on shooting their next music video
Nice.
for a song called Say Whatever. So I wanted to give a shout out to the Flux. You can visit them online at fluxwithme.com.
Nice.
And so check them out. They're pretty fucking legit.
Is it The Flux or just one Flux?
The band is Flux.
It's Flux.
Yeah.
FLUX.
FLUX.
Very nice.
Flux with
In
me.
case you're me and you can't
Yeah.
spell basic words.
True.
Not that that's a basic word. It's kind of like Flowbots. Have you heard of Flowbots before?
I
Similar.
have. It's I
Black
couldn't really describe it. There's a
I
lot
like
of
that,
different
though,
things on it.
Yeah, that.
And they have a lot of different tastes, and there's a lot of songs. All the songs have a different feel to them, which is good.
Nice.
You're not getting like the same cookie cutter thing. And within that differences, with all those differences, none of them feel mainstream or like truly mainstream. Like you can nod your head to them, you can dance to them. They're really good. And then there's some of them that really make you think. Interesting album, interesting group of people.
Very cool.
Awesome band. So,
Sweet.
yeah, so that was my spiel.
Right on. So, Senior, when is the that right eye gonna start
Clear up? Yeah.
kind of
They
looking
say
up on the
1
rebound?
to 2 weeks.
You got
Yeah,
this,
I didn't
this
want to.
massive.
I didn't want to go to the thing on a Thursday night or Friday night
You get
because
this-
I just didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to have to answer the question from every person about what happened to your eye, which
this
I knew.
massive red splotch
Yeah, I
on
guess
the
it's
right side of your
a
eye.
blood clot,
Vessel?
not clot, or the vessel burst. I
Mm.
think we talked about this before.
It's
The severe vomiting experience.
right, yeah.
But I've never had this happen to me in my life, so it freaked me out. I thought, my God, it's going to spill into my cornea and I'm going to be blind forever. My fears are going to have to, like, stick a needle in my sclera and drain the blood.
That's
Apparently it
the sign.
doesn't. Apparently you don't even feel it, but it's crazy because it goes through the pupil.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
afraid
see
about,
it.
like, I'm afraid about looking at the needle, you know what I mean, at the wrong time when
Oh,
it goes in.
Well, I
Yeah.
think
Fuck.
I mean I think your entire eye is paralyzed at that point.
Yeah.
As part of the
Oh, like
numbing.
they
Like
you
you
can't even
you
turn
can't
it?
even you can like move it if you want to.
Interesting.
Your head's like nailed in and your eye's just like there.
That is terrifying.
Is it? I always said this. Don't your eyes roll back when you close them?
Yes.
You close your eyelids. Is that a
Yeah,
fact?
I think they
That's
go-
why when you open them, they're all whites.
Mhm.
Okay, I was trying to debunk that myth
No, I don't think so.
because I feel like even if you close your eyes, you can focus on. Like I still know where you are, and I can still like look at you even though my eyes are closed. So I wonder if the eyeballs are actually moving there, or if I just have no clue.
I mean, I think they roll back when you go to sleep.
Yeah.
They definitely roll back when you go to sleep. I think just anytime you really close your eyes, I mean, you can like feel like you're moving. I mean, I feel like it's just a natural reflexology.
Yeah, they feel like they're going up
They
a
just
little
go
bit.
up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never really had to test this theory or hypothesis. I mean, and how are we going to be able to prove that? It's not like, Mitch, you can come over here and like pull my eyelid up.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, I think because you start thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna focus on Senior, your eyes might also just be like, okay, well, we'll go heat shields and we'll just keep our eyes doing what they were doing.
Well, now here's an interesting thing. I've noticed one of the ways I've been able to tell that I'm tired, because as an insomniac, it's really difficult for me to be able to fall asleep. And one of
Right.
the ways that I've been able to sort of get the impression that I'm able to get into bed, or I'm able to soon I'll be able to fall asleep, is when I close my eyes and then open them. If the image, like, basically, if I'm staring at Senior's kitchen and I close my eyes and I open them, if that image of the kitchen didn't alter in any respect, like I didn't have to refocus on said image, like at all,
Right.
I'm wide awake and
Right.
I have no chance of going to sleep whatsoever. But if during that 2 to 3 second period I open my eyes again and I have to refocus and really reobtain, like, okay, there's a Don Francisco thing up in the corner, there's a water pitcher on the left, that red cup is still there. If I open my eyes and I have to refocus and reattain my surroundings and on that visual, I know that I'm tired.
Yeah.
So,
See, now I'm just focusing on trying to find. Oh, there it is, Don Francisco.
yeah.
You said in the corner, and
Yeah,
I was
I
all
know what you're talking
confused.
about.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's-
Oh, no, I said water
I
pitcher.
bought that thinking it was
Oh.
instant. So if either of you guys wants to take away that hazelnut coffee, which I imagine is delicious.
Ivany
Take
just
it.
broke his coffee pot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I realized I couldn't brew it. I was like, fuck.
Oh, we can't
I
brew
mean, you
either.
could just
Yeah.
go out and buy a coffee pot.
Little coffee press. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little French press. Those are
I
you.
don't mind the instant coffee though. I know it's like it's probably 'cause
Coffee's
I
coffee is coffee for me sometimes.
Probably have no
Like if
culture
I
in
just
that.
need to, if I just need to wake up, any sort of coffee's good.
I went to this friends of my dad's who lived in LA, like in LA, and I went into his house, and he had a coffee machine that he imported from Italy. I think it cost like $3,000 or $4,000.
Oh yeah,
But
they
it
can.
literally, it was like chrome, and it looked like when you go into the places and they do the steam, and
Yeah.
they do the milk, and they do everything. It had like a little pressure gauge on it. I was like,
Exactly.
ugh. For some reason, I love like collectible vintage shit like that. Like I think it's really cool.
Right,
Anything from like cars to stuff like that, like hi-fi systems,
right,
um,
right.
like vinyl or anything.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. God, I don't know. Sometimes, though, there are some objects that just don't really make sense as far as people owning them.
Like jewelry.
Jewelry, yeah, it's
That's one of
pushing
those
it.
things I feel like it just gives them pleasure. And not
Yeah,
the pleasure
exactly.
of it.
Plus, you look good, so that's
Yeah.
nice. But like decorative
Sparkly.
plates, like those weird plates at that at the house that you were babysitting a while ago. Remember how
Yeah.
that plate set up?
Yeah.
Why? Actually, no. The ones that I really hate, those little frickin' dolls, little like porcelain dolls, not like the nesting dolls. Those are kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm just like the little figurines where it's like the little Swedish
yeah.
milk girl, like
Like the creepy,
she's
like,
watering, like pumping the water.
Not so
shiny
much,
face,
not so much the
kind of.
creepy ones, because those are the ones that will just like stare at you.
Creepy ones are creepy.
But like sometimes like the little porcelain dolls, like they're in actions or like they're sweeping outside or something.
Yeah, or
You
like
feel like it's part of a bigger set,
yeah.
but you have no clue where the hell the other set is. Like
What are the dolls
What?
called that, like, you break apart and there's like
Matryoshka
family
dolls.
Okay.
Or Russian nesting dolls.
Russian
in,
nesting dolls.
Colloquial.
Matryoshka? Is that the
Matryoshka,
Matryoshka?
I think.
The technical.
Now I guarantee you, this is going to be the one time somebody's going to get on Twitter and be like, "Fuck that,
Hey,
you
that
were
would make
wrong,
me
kid." I'd be happy too.
I'd be happy to.
I'm pretty sure it's a Matryoshka.
Have we
doll,
actually
though.
ever checked the Twitter?
Yeah, I do. A lot.
Okay.
I check all this shit over and over.
Good.
It's depressing.
Well, it's better than just going back and forth between Facebook and Lost Snaps, and then League of Legends.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
It's
Facebook
okay.
is like a
And
reflex.
it's okay, bro.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's.
And I don't even like it anymore. Like, I don't like the layout. I don't like. Everything went into this, like, smart shit template.
Mm,
Like, I feel like Google, this and that, but it's awkward. Like, it's not really smart. Like, my Gmail's all different. And
yeah.
I always, like, mess up how to sign out. Like, a basic thing like that.
Yeah, messing up sign out and like not being able to find the new message button.
Yeah, it's rather
stuff
hard
like
to
that.
sign out to these things.
Oh,
You realize
that's
that?
it's they go casino style.
They
on
don't want you to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't want you to leave.
Like I never really like. What is the plus of that? I don't. You know,
I don't know.
maybe. I like
I
not
mean,
being able to sign out. Like I'm assuming that they know you're gonna come back right back on at some point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at it from like a mobile phone perspective, if you don't sign out of like a Facebook or something, and you just like close the phone down, the next thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna turn on your phone, and then Facebook will be right there, and you're like, oh, well, I guess I could check my Facebook. It's not a big deal.
Oh. Okay, I mean, yeah, that works. I could see that.
Right, but I don't know. It's definitely spreading like a virus, like a contagion.
Like a virus leading us away from unity. Is that-
I'm guessing that was a Flex reference.
No, that was Where's the Love by Black Eyed Peas.
That was Where's the Love by Black Eyed Peas. Now, don't I feel like an asshole because I was wrong.
It's okay. You're an asshole for other reasons.
Oh wait, no, Black Eyed Peas. I have. No, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Wait, no,
Don't care.
that was early Black Eyed Peas.
Don't care.
Where is the love?
Still don't care.
What?
It's a good one.
That's a great one.
That one.
It's one of their, it's one of their
There's
hits.
something people say.
Yeah.
You must practice what you
That's
preach.
from like
or whatever.
2003.
Yeah,
That's when they were good.
still don't care. It's Black Eyed Peas. They made mock.
Let's get retarded.
They made mock of the beginning. What is it called? It's Miserlou. Dick Dale's Miserlou, also known as the opening of Pulp Fiction. That first song. Any of
Oh,
you fuckers
yeah.
move, I'll execute every
Yeah.
motherfucking last one. You
Oh, right, because that's what they ripped
Yeah.
off. to
Yeah,
make
and
that
then-
song.
That was Pump It on
Right,
Monkey
right,
Business.
right.
Yeah, it was no good. So they lost me when they made that move.
Hmm.
I was totally down for the Black Eyed Peas before that, and then they just ruined themselves.
I don't know, man. Sampling is pretty cool. I'm a fan of sampling.
Sampling's cool, but if they didn't even have the real ha ha ha,
Yeah, that's
they
true.
like had their own ha, bum, da, da, they had to pump it. Yeah, it's like fuck you guys.
Louder.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. I can see how that would be rather upsetting. But I mean, yeah, okay.
Speaking
That's
of
not just
covers,
sampling.
though,
Yeah.
I've kind of always found it funny that Bob Dylan, though he is a fantastic songwriter, actually he's a fantastic wordsmith. We'll say that. 'Cause-
Well done, sir.
And I mean, his songs are okay. He's a terrible singer. So all of his songs that are ever covered by anyone else, namely,
I like better than his version.
exactly, like All Along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix over Bob Dylan, Lay Lady Lay, Barry White over Bob Dylan, just all kinds of. It's just, I don't know. I find it funny. A lot of people would say that Bob Dylan's like the best like music or musician or music artist, and I'm just like, no, he really isn't. He is a terrible singer. His guitar playing is pretty good.
Yeah.
His harmonica, I'll give him his harmonica. He's got mad harmonica
I think
skills.
it's one of those things where he probably couldn't make it on his own if he was just a singer, but he combines it all. Like that impresses me.
As a musician.
When you see someone who's just by himself with a guitar, singing, whistling, like whatever, that's pretty amazing.
This is true.
You carry an entire song by yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, there are a lot of those people sitting out on street corners who don't sound that bad.
Yeah.
Don't credit me. That's just a tragedy of the whole.
Of the whole
There's like
thing.
way too much talent in this world, probably.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing as people talk about. It's just as hard now to be recognized as it was 40 years ago, because even though now everything's more accessible, it's also like oversaturated with garbage.
Yeah.
So
Not
now
only that-
everybody can put their stuff on the internet.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's not just oversaturation, though that I guess would be a good term for it. It's more everybody has a shot. And you've just made the big fish in a little pond. You know, like you find that big fish, you like keep getting bigger. It's like,
Yeah.
well, now there's no pond that you can move up in, you know? YouTube is, like, trying to get found on YouTube, it's pretty hard. You gotta outdo a lot of people.
Well, I don't even know what the statistic is on their daily, like the new videos they accept every day, but it's disgusting. It's a huge number.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think in the millions.
Probably.
YouTube is. I feel like YouTube will never go away. I feel like it's one of those things that has successfully broken the MySpace dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
Because nothing will replace it. People will be like,
People
Vimeo,
will- yeah,
Vimeo's
people-
the new to YouTube.
People
No,
will always be putting up
Vimeo's
videos.
good though. If
Vimeo's
you're looking for like classy film movies
exactly.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad it's
different.
there.
It's not like
Yeah.
the new YouTube. It's like a different service.
That's why I took our
Function.
podcast off Vimeo, because while I've actually seen other podcasts on there, it wasn't getting clicks and didn't make sense. And if it's on YouTube and Vimeo, I just felt like why would you really have to choose Vimeo? Don't you just go to YouTube instead? Like it's not
Yeah.
that big of a deal.
True.
You have to deal with an occasional advertisement running in the bottom. That's the way
Hell
YouTube
no.
goes. I at least try to opt out of the ones that some of them I accidentally put in there. But like there's the ones that you have to watch
For, like,
first,
5
then you click
seconds.
through.
Oh,
So-
no.
So
Those
I
are-
usually don't. Most
Yeah.
of those videos are just in the bottom, so
That's
Nice.
good.
no interruption.
That's good.
Um,
No commercials.
so I'm sure you guys know this, but
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong, yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was pulling up.
That
Was it? I don't know how many. Was it days ago?
83. It was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. The Armstrongs really just in the news.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Hooey.
Yeah, he died at age 82.
82. Okay.
Apparently, this intensely shy
Hell of a man, though.
guy. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell of a man.
I think he kind of had fame, not necessarily forced upon him, but something he never really asked for. I think.
Not something he really. It's not that. You're right. He never asked for it. He probably knew that he was going to get it. But it's not something that he was doing it for.
Is this the
You know?
what is the award called? Is that what we're talking about?
No, just talking
No,
about
just
Armstrong in general.
Armstrong in general. Lance Armstrong.
Just the
No,
opportunity.
Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
He's one of those people who.
Lance Armstrong is a phony.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, this guy's a phony! He's a skinny biking phony!
So wish I didn't have my ball removed. I look up to that guy
Oh,
hugely.
man.
Bastard.
Oh, jeez.
I like this. This is good.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. But Mitch, I feel like Neil Armstrong, he didn't ask for the fame, but
Absolutely.
I feel like he knew it was coming.
Just because it was the space race time.
Well, just because he's the first person to land on another celestial body.
This is true.
That's a big fucking deal.
That's
Like Neolithic Revolution, big fucking deal.
It's such a big deal. Like, we never went back to the moon, right?
Nah, well, there were more people who landed on the moon. Buzz Aldrin was on the moon, but I mean, he was the second man on the moon.
No more Americans.
No. There
We did?
people. It was Apollo.
A different Apollo program?
Different Apollo program. Apollo 13 wasn't the last Apollo program.
No.
I believe it went up to 14 or 15, something like that. But I'm almost positive other people made it on the moon.
Apollo 18 was that weird movie where it's like, this is why we never went back. And it's like, ah! There's some
Aliens.
crazy shit in the movie.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
Nazis.
You guys saw that movie.
actually, on the moon.
On the far
Oh,
dark side
On the
of
dark
the
side
moon.
of the moon.
Did that ever come out? Do we know that?
Iron Skies? Yeah, I think it came out.
It did?
I think it did.
That sucks.
I know it came out in like Europe or some shit. I don't know.
Maybe we just don't like Nazis in the United
It's
States. so.
amazing, like, the kind of variation of
Yeah,
entertainment when you
popular.
go from, like, the domestic U.S. audience to, like, the global audience. Because I remember looking at Dark Side of the Moon on, like, Box Office Mojo, and it made, like, whatever, like, $350 million, like, pretty projected in the U.S.
Yeah.
And then, like, that was, like, all-time U.S. And then you go global,
It's like
and it was
36.
1.1 billion. So,
Well,
it was like,
yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah, man.
Like, everyone jumps onto that movie, and I think it's because...
It's American. It's
Well,
big American blockbuster.
Not even that. I think it's because they're like every movie that comes out in English subtitled.
Right.
So this
Yeah.
was the first movie where you really didn't have to read the subtitle. You know what I mean? Like the story like didn't fucking matter at all.
Oh,
True.
And it was like total eye candy. So I can see why it was even be more successful. 'Cause
I don't.
I mean-
Senior, I think that's just you, man.
With the United
I don't think that was a reason why a bunch of people from other countries decided to go see Transformers,
Well, it's just
because the
amazing
story
that-
was so shit that
Yeah.
they could just watch the movie and
it's
not
like
yeah.
finally.
No, I don't. I think that's just you, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at those numbers again, still though, it's not. I mean, it is kind of like a whoa, but it's also like, well,
There's so
that-
much more world out there.
Yeah, that's the U.S. taking like a third of the total box office
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Transformers, which is kind of also saying something. If it takes
It's also huge. a huge
2/3 of the world to fill the rest of the budget, or
Yeah.
no, 2/3 of the budget being filled by not the U.S.
Yeah.
It's just, well, not budget, income, revenue.
What are you even
Revenue.
saying?
Your mom.
That's dirty, man.
I
That's
didn't
dirty.
actually say your mom. I was talking about revenues and balances.
okay.
And
All right.
budgets.
Right. Okay.
So, kind of going off of the moon landing, I guess the Curiosity rover on Mars.
How's that doing?
I just can't. It's doing fine.
Doing
It's
good?
Still trucking.
Good for
I
it.
I cannot get over. Like I looked it up,
Yeah.
and I think it was said the total distance that rover traveled was like 350 million miles, something like that. Because the
Huh.
moon varies between like or Mars. Sorry, the closest it ever gets to us is 20 something million,
Right.
Yeah.
and the furthest is like 250 or something like that.
Yeah.
It didn't quite add up, but they said the total distance was like 300 million miles traveled. And this thing hauled ass for 8 months nonstop to get there. And it just blows me away.
No wonder I never heard about this Curiosity rover until before.
Right. It blows me
Curiosity.
away that we're operating it from here.
It took like 14 minutes to
And
transmit.
we're sending pictures back from there. And it's like, people are like, oh, why are they black and white? It's so gay. But it's like, dude, there's no air. And we're sending it. I can't even comprehend. Like, what's the
thing
what's
is,
the Earth? 25,000 miles around?
Do you
Something like that.
Some.
22,000 something like that? I don't remember. Anyways,
It's not 350 million.
do you remember the hang on, sorry, I gotta.
See?
Bless you.
Excuse me. I
Should have said Pika.
Whatever. Somebody's probably talking bad about me somewhere.
What?
That's another superstition. Is that when you sneeze, somebody's
Talking about
thinking or
talking
saying
shit
something.
about
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
That's
Diamond
nice.
spot.
Or somebody's angry or not happy with you somewhere. Anyways,
God damn it, Mitch.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was I saying about the
Uh,
Okay, so think about. Have you ever seen the movie Contact?
yeah.
Okay.
Great movie. I
Um,
had to watch it in my philosophy class, actually.
The intro for Contact, which is a movie
So cool.
based on how the concept of our radio waves are still traveling out into the universe, and an alien species or what have you has heard our radio waves and has responded sort of with their own radio waves, or we're beginning to pick up other frequencies from other entities
Beings.
in the universe. It's the concept for Contact. But in the opening sequence for Contact is very interesting because it starts with you're right up close to the Earth, and you're hearing all like the morning programs, and as you get further and further back, you hear different stories, and you get back to Jupiter, and you hear the
Kennedy inauguration?
Kennedy's
We're going back
inaugurational
in
address.
time, that's
Yeah, and you go back in time, and so until basically you hear the Mary, Mary Had a Little Lamb that once was not what is snow, which is the very first radio broadcast thing.
Yeah. It's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, but I saw that intro in my Intro to Audio Techniques class with Dan Pavlin. Shout out to Dan
That's a good
Pavlin.
example.
Yeah, and he showed it to us, and then he said, well, in reality, this morning's radio shows are now like 200 miles outside of our galaxy. So
Meaning
they travel super
much
fast.
faster than the movie portrays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn.
So
This movie, I get it. They're just trying to make a point.
yeah. So if you, with that in mind, if you think about the traveling of data across
The transmission.
250 million miles and without any interference from that kind of thing, I imagine it's not nearly as difficult as they say it is. However, it is still quite the feat.
We're really good at like playing stuff down that's like impressive.
Yeah,
We're like,
right?
I mean, if you really think about it, it's not that big of a deal, but I guess it's pretty
Right.
cool. We're just
Like
kind of
that.
assholes like that.
No, I don't. Yeah, but you know.
I love Joe Rogan, like the stand-up comedian, is like one of my favorite guys to listen to.
We know.
Yeah, and
What?
well, no, one of the things he talks about is everybody. Like, I think all of us, we're just stupid people that know how to use shit that smart people made. And his whole joke was like, the one day the lights are just gonna go off because all the smart people are gonna die. It's gonna be like, hey, do we know how this shit works? Do we know how this shit works? And he's like, what do you do when the lights go off? And the lights go off, I sit down, light a candle, and I wait. Like, that's what I do.
It's
Oh,
He just
no.
said, like, if I sent you into the woods, you know, with infinite lifetime and a branch and this and that, it's like, how long would it take before you gave me a cell phone? Before you brought back a cell phone? Like, how long would that take you?
Oh, a very
you
long
would never
time.
do it. You can never figure it out.
No.
It's just such a good point.
With a branch.
Well, that's just a starting kit.
That's
Just
a
saying,
terrible
like,
starting kit.
It all comes from the earth, essentially. Like, even
True.
like plastics and shit like that. But it's just...
Yeah.
Oh, I have no fucking clue how to make plastic.
It
Never.
comes from, like, fossil fuels.
I eat petroleum
Gasoline,
products.
yeah.
Yeah.
Petroleum products. That's the best I got.
You need to find a lot more from the earth than branches.
And then a stick.
Than a stick.
Yeah.
But you could get there. I mean, it'd probably take like 1,000 years or something
To get shit ton of time.
come back with you with a cell phone.
Yeah. But, so I got a question for you guys. What determines the speed of, like, these radio waves and stuff like that?
Just their frequency.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then my question is, because it takes so long, well, you know, it's like an infinite distance, that's why it takes so long, but,
Yeah.
could we get to the point where we alter the speed of these transmissions to make them go faster so that we can, you know, communicate more quickly?
I guess technically speaking, we could use like a higher frequency
Oh, is that
thing,
literally what it
and then
is,
just
like
like
the tiny things?
yeah,
versus
just
the-
like a little tiny little motherfucker going,
the wavelengths.
and then it's just like you just have a little, you can have a binary signal in
So
that.
the frequency means the speed.
Frequency is how frequency is how frequent it like. Oh wait,
Mhm.
Frequency
you
is
see
how
that, like,
Frequency is how
how many hills and valleys?
yeah,
That's what it is.
that's frequency, which is actually,
and how quickly the sine or cosine waves, I don't remember,
Yeah.
fluctuate.
So it is to say that a high frequency moves faster than a lower frequency.
I think so. Just because the low ones are like the.
I think that's how they explain the Doppler
Yeah.
effect, right?
Yeah,
The sine
yeah.
of
It's the
yeah.
shifting the Doppler shift.
And then you get to gamma
One
ray, and
clone,
they're like
yeah.
the size of houses. Like the distances
It's
between
just
them.
bizarre to me that we can shoot these beams of whatever
Laser.
Yeah, but
I think it's just
they
radio.
work
Radio
fine
waves,
moving
yeah.
through air. They can move through water, but then they can move through space where there's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's weird. It's just weird.
Well,
I can't really grasp
it is kind of weird because they've always explained it to us as vibrations, which is the air vibrating.
Yeah, and
but
then
does
you-
it
and then
still
you-
vibrate if there's nothing?
And I mean, hang on.
Or it's just that you can't hear it until it has something you can vibrate on.
The sun
I like this.
has
Like-
light. You know,
Yeah.
The sun releases light, and light travels at, of course, the speed of light. And light hits us
Really?
from the sun 3 minutes after it's, the energy is released
I
from
thought it was like 7
the
minutes.
sun.
Whatever it
I
is.
thought it was.
Eh, 3 to
no,
s-
no,
3
no,
to
no,
7.
you're right. It made 8 somewhere. I
We'll
don't
say-
remember.
The sun's like 17 miles away. From
Anyways,
us.
it takes
Yeah,
it
it takes a long.
takes less than 10 minutes
10
for the
minutes.
light of the sun to reach us.
10 minute drive.
But where was I gonna go with
Well, I have no idea.
Oh,
but different
okay,
ways.
yes, on particles. So particles travel. Particles can already travel through space. And they travel on these waves of what have you. And if you look at that whole spectrum scale, on the frequencies of light, or what have you, you have ultraviolet, and then you have
You have it's
ultraviolet, infrared, or
infrared.
infrared, yeah, and like the color spectrum that we see is so small compared to the massive amount of wavelengths of light that can happen all around us at the same time, and we only see such a small part of that spectrum.
You shouldn't necessarily say light. You should say waves.
Waves, thank you. Actually, and that was my point, is that if these, their light or what have you is traveling through space with such ease, I feel like the concept of radio or wavelengths, transmissions
Yeah.
could
Doesn't have to
easily
be.
travel through such,
Conditions.
so many conditions with ease.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like space is almost meant to be like non-navigable? Navigable is the word, I think. You know what I mean? Like it's just so.
Uncharted.
Yeah, it's just so like preposterous, and it's so hard to get there, and then it's an impossible amount of distance to get wherever the hell you want to go.
Yes.
So it just seems like it's almost like meant to not be explored.
Well,
and you're just kind of supposed to look up and go, oh.
Strictly speaking, I mean, as far as like Darwin evolution goes, I mean, we
Ooh, I'm so
shouldn't.
glad you brought up Darwin.
We shouldn't really be going to other. We shouldn't be expanding outward.
Oh,
we should just. We
according
should
to
have.
Darwinism, we conquer our planet. Or no, not
Okay.
conquer. We conquer. We evolve around our world, and
Yeah.
as the world changes, we evolve with it. We never leave said
Yeah.
environment. Or,
We balance off the environment. It's a give and take relationship.
we have a box, and we alter with the box, and the box alters with us, but we never leave our box.
Yeah, apparently we don't leave our boxes
Well, that's
because
that's
everyone
the reason
knows they
Darwin.
like a good box. Ha ha!
Yeah.
Boxes.
Oh, I got
Nick-
it.
yeah,
Boston,
we got
Boston
one.
vaginas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sexual innuendo.
Yeah.
Sometimes boxes give me paper cuts though.
Ow!
That would be impressive.
Yeah.
Like UPS boxes.
How did you
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh.
Okay, speaking of Darwin, I've thought about this because I'm nearsighted. Not horrendously, like a negative 1.25 in both eyes, something like that, negative 1.5.
I don't know how I
I'd
read
be
it.
Yeah, it,
fucked.
it doesn't matter. It's not like a big number. That's the
Right.
point.
Negative
It's small.
6.50.
Okay, yeah.
I would be dead. I would be dead.
That's what I'm saying. I'm nearsighted. So what that means is that someone who carried the gene or was nearsighted survived and
Mhm.
reproduced somewhere along the line. So my question is, I should be dead
Yes.
technically
Yeah.
Yes.
because the whole thing is like, oh, I'm nearsighted. Nearsightedness should not exist because when you're like a fucking caveman, you're in the tall grass and you can't see the saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah.
Because you're nearsighted, like, what's that orange thing? And then
Yeah, just
you're-
like
yeah.
oh, it's just some grass moving
So
in such a
someone
way.
invented glasses. One of my ancestors put them on, and then he was able to survive,
And
to
reproduce.
carry on a defect, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So
No,
my question
it is
is like, have we as like a society officially made Darwinism irrelevant? Like we're saving
Ooh.
because whenever like cancer
Mhm.
exists for one reason: population control.
Mm,
Like, is that-
yeah.
No, it doesn't have a reason. That's just the
Technically.
primary effect. according
Yeah,
to Darwinism,
But it's a natural.
survival of the fittest is being
Yeah.
broken by us.
Right, thank you.
Through technology, and I've thought about this a lot, and the two theories that I've sort of come up with in my brain, and I'm sure actual scientists and real smart people have expounded upon multiple theories and what have you. But my basic idea and concept is that there are two levels of, there are two theories, two possible explanations for evolution and technology. One is that we, along the timeline of evolution and the arms race of survival, that is Darwinism, we have deviated from said path of survival of the fittest via technology. And while the rest of the world continues along this survival of fittest and is being forced to adapt to our technology and survive in our technological world, we, on the other hand, have sort of regressed on our survival of the fittest because a lot of us are not fit for survival in that sense. But technology has allowed us to deviate from said path and continue to multiply and reproduce. The other theory that I came up with is that Darwin would consider technology along that survival of the fittest path, because if we as a species are able to evolve ourselves via technology, our iPhones, or what have you, are another expression of our evolutionary advancement. We've used our brains as a weapon, as our survival tool.
You're making an argument that technology is natural because we made it and we're natural. That's kind of...
No, I'm saying that technology, technology is the next step in our evolutionary arms race against the rest of the world. And which would say that we are just continuing to evolve.
See, don't you kind of feel like Darwin would be a purist though? He'd be like, technology's interfering with like the natural process.
Well, see, and that's the first theory I sort of came up with, and so those are the two. I don't know which one is right.
Because it's like we still have people that. It's weird because we have like military, so we do have guys who are physically able to dominate other people, and they know how to kill, and they know how to survive.
But as a species,
and they're
we're
doing
surviving
it for us, like on our behalf, to keep us safe and able to be Dewey Doughballs that play Warcraft all day. You know.
But the thing is, with evolution and the survival of the species, it's not about survival of the individual. It's about passing the genome along. In Darwin's book, if you have a bunch of kids, you are a success. If you sleep with a lot of women and you have a lot of children, doesn't matter if you can't pay child support, you've done a good job in Darwin's book.
Right.
Darwinism, that you've procreated, you've given your species a better chance of survival because you got a fuck ton of heirs. Or your genetic code has been passed on through multiple occasions. Now, in the idea behind that is that we're still multiplying. Our species as a whole is still surviving. It's not if one guy survives. Though that is sometimes important as long as he has a mate, because then you can keep going and the species survives. What I'm saying is
the best guy.
Yeah, the survival of the fittest. Our species would then evolve to a different species because whatever evolution we had was found to be more appropriate for said environment that we were living in, and the old variation died out and we were able to survive because we adapted to, not necessarily got better, but adapted to said environment.
Yeah.
The idea is that technology is our way to adapt, and the reason why we are still evolutionary, we're still doing well evolutionarily and still on top of our A game is because there are now 6 billion humans on planet Earth, 7 billion, something like that. And the
there
reason
shouldn't be.
According to Darwin, we are winning.
Yeah, well, Darwin's win-lose mindset is he's kind of fucking sober right now. He needs to rework his theories to make it more of like
Darwin is dead.
He should really work on being alive again. That's what he should do.
That's the place to start.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about because like we treat breast cancer, and then that woman survives. She was lucky, and she has a child, and she passes on. The probability of getting, and it's a weird kind of trade-off of, would we be better if I wasn't here because nearsightedness didn't exist because all those people got dealt with, you know what I mean?
Right.
Via Darwinism, like would we be a stronger people?
Absolutely.
Interesting concept. The whole issue of cavities and bad teeth, braces. If you go to
That's
certain
hereditary though.
What?
What?
I mean, cavities and braces and stuff isn't
Well,
really that hereditary.
Well, no,
But
it
you were
actually
saying,
it
sorry.
actually is, because if you go to areas of the world where that is not, you cannot survive in the Sahara deserts, or
Where people
Um,
don't treat their teeth. but
in
they
Africa,
place
yeah,
it.
where they have to survive, they don't have the technology or what have you to be able to
No Colgate,
no Colgate,
no Sonicare.
yeah,
toothbrush.
they all have perfect white teeth.
Yeah.
If you see those pictures of
Because
of
the
young
dudes with the gnarly teeth didn't get to, bang
Exactly.
the hot mama. And
yeah, they all
died
all
out.
of the young photos of African children who are surviving in these backwater places, they're all smiling. They got bright white teeth.
Yeah.
They
They also
didn't brush
have-
them.
That's just
They
because
do-
they're really black.
They do have dark black skin. It's okay. It's kind of terrible, but it's also true. Come on, let's be honest here.
All right.
It's
You
been
can-
a long time since we had a good laugh on the show.
Wow.
Since we had a good racist laugh, but
Wow. I'm not laughing.
Everybody knows it's humor.
I am not
hey,
laughing.
Jake is laughing his ass off. You just can't see. It's too bad we don't have a video, because then you can see Jake laughing so hard. He's laughing silently currently. I'm just gonna
Anyway, so sorry, continue.
But seriously, if you're gonna have two, it's like any of those like little mind fuck pictures you'll see on like little mind games. If you have like a pale white ass ginger fuck with white teeth, and then you have this like dark from like Ethiopia African, and they have the same color teeth, the African is gonna have the whiter looking teeth. That's just the way of it, man.
You never
That's
see
true.
pearly whites look kind of weird on white people. I feel like it's because
But
white people
what I'm
mostly
saying-
have like a gray teeth look because they're white as well.
But what I'm saying is, if we're going to get rid of the Colgate
This
argument for braces, headgear, things like that, they didn't live.
this
Yeah.
is true.
It's just
But that's also aesthetic rather
Yeah.
than survivorship.
it's just weird. It's like
Usually.
we're at this point we're such a
My biology teacher told me that one.
Okay, that's a good one.
So that was
it
I
stuck.
pulled that one from my biology.
Yeah, it was
AP biology.
Whoa.
Okay,
Easy, man. Don't need to whip your dick out like that.
I will whip my dick out like that because I felt
anybody can take
intimidated.
AP bio though, can't you?
yeah, but I learned
there a
it.
prereq for
But I
it?
learned it in AP Bio. It's not that just that I took
I mean,
it;
you
it's I
passed.
retained. the
Yeah,
information.
not everyone can pass AP bio. That's the question.
It was amazing to me. So much of there were just so. It was almost more moments than not in high school. I was just like, why am I doing this?
What I
don't
hated,
understand.
I just hated the AP tests because the teachers were all
AP,
like,
so-
"Hey, all right, that's gonna be the AP
Hey,
test
crap
on
shoot.
this day."
We have no idea what's going to be on it.
Well, yeah,
They change it every time.
there's that, but then they're just like, all right, so have a good time. For those of you who decided not to take the AP test, I'll see you in school that day, and we'll be having an old AP test from one of the past
Oh my
years.
God.
So
Mhm.
this one will be for the grade, but if you want to pay the $86,
So,
you
yeah.
get the automatic A on that test. So, think about buying your grades. That's what it's teaching us. It's teaching us that we can just pay for an A. That's America
I remember there was
under
this,
the AP system.
there was this girl, and she always like baffled me because she was
Bitch.
not a smart person. And I remember I went in with the AP. I took it like I got a 2 or whatever. Like
Right.
I went in. It was almost like for fun. Like I didn't
Right.
study. Like I don't
Right.
study. I don't believe in it. I don't.
Just
I
like
learned
come
what
in,
I,
just
like, I
like,
don't. You know,
let's
people
see what
study I studied the night before.
Right,
You
like-
go fucking hammock.
Wait, you don't
and then
believe in studying?
No, I'm sorry.
I mean,
that's a different topic for a different.
he
day.
doesn't believe in AP testing.
Oh,
It's
AP
just like
testing.
I'm not like I did it to kind of see. Well, what could it be? Let's just see what I get.
Yeah.
You know, it was that type of thing.
What
The whole
do I
bit-
know?
Yeah,
And
it-
then she comes out, or she gets her grade back, and she's like, I don't know, I just kind of like guess on everything. I didn't even fill out one of the essays. She's like, oh, I got a 4. And I was like, I just couldn't. Can you guess that correctly? Like, are you like, probably statistically, I don't think you can be that good of a guesser that you got a 4. Are you just but it wasn't even like a girl that's playing dumb. Like I knew her well. She was not a smart
She was
person.
dumb.
And I was like, how did you succeed here? Like, I don't understand. And then you get to take this to college with you, and people think you're a certain level of intelligence, or... It's just bizarre
But
to
you're
me.
not. I don't
It's
know.
just bizarre.
Maybe she just put in the hours and she's really good at memorizing, but other than that, she's dumb as a rock.
Yeah.
that can happen.
Mm-hmm. Some people just aren't good in social situations.
But then at the same time, if you work your ass off, it's going to show that you're going to work your ass off in some
That's
other
true.
situation. So you may not have natural talent, But if you're willing to put in the effort
Yeah.
and be a workhorse, some people will think that you deserve a better chance than the people who are just smart in general.
Hear that, senior?
That's true.
He's calling you a horse.
What?
Yeah.
I actually thought he was referring to me as the person who doesn't work because he's like so intelligent he doesn't have to. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I actually, didn't mean to say horse. I just couldn't remember exactly
I
what he
thought
said,
you
so I was just
said-
like, quick, pick a word he was talking about. Horse.
I thought you were like, see that? He was calling you a whore. I was like,
What?
calling me a whore?
Yeah, he was.
When I hear horse, I just most people don't say horse.
Call me a horse, bro.
My favorite
Can't
is
believe
like,
Bro?
which accent changed it to hua? Like you fucking hua. Like
I
hua.
think that's kind of Boston,
It's
maybe?
like Boston or Long Island.
I
Wha-
think that's
Brooklyn.
you.
That's
I've heard hua.
fucking
before.
hua.
Fucking
I've
hua.
heard it. It like becomes two words.
Hua.
Yeah, but
Hua.
see hua.
Speaking of
I love
accents,
language. That's dialects, I think, technically.
Mm.
Or accents also works.
Anyway, Snooki had a fucking she reproduced.
Oh, she is
She had a
now.
child.
She,
Yeah, I pulled
she
up
has
this-
a baby spawn now.
I pulled up this. I found this article and it was just
Sounds like the sequel to a bad movie.
mother son doing fine, and it was just like
Who
if
cares?
any woman should have been sterilized, it probably was her.
Darwin
Let's-
Awards,
let's-
baby.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's a pretty good choice. I don't know.
Lorenzo
Snooki-
Dominic Laveye.
Oh, she went with Lorenzo. Good for
Yeah.
her. I don't know.
I actually am a fan of Lorenzo. It's a cool name.
I
Then
saw.
guys can call you Enzo, and that's badass.
This
Renz.
is true.
Renz is a good nickname.
Or Renz. But Enzo's cooler because you're a Ferrari.
I'm
at
trying
that
to
point.
read who the father is, but maybe they're just
He needs to be a really fast
they
kid.
don't know yet.
If he can, if
They
he can,
don't know yet?
No, it's just me being rude.
Oh.
If he
I
can
don't see a
run,
name of a father here. Sorry.
if he can run really fast, he should definitely go by Enzo because that would just be like, yes,
Badass.
this kid's cool. His mom's a dumb whore, but he's cool. Good work, kid.
Way to go, buddy. Turns out to be like an Olympic athlete.
I'd be down.
His sob stories.
My mother was.
Oh
Snooki.
yeah, son of a very popular
Reality
dumb
TV star.
person.
Oh.
The boy struggled through stereotypes and become a successful
Sprinting athlete.
sprinting athlete guy.
Enzo. There he is.
Yeah.
Something about Snooki. Oh yeah, I saw a fucking interview with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be changing my baby's diaper. That's not for me to do. That's what the hired help will be for. Like, I'm not gonna be cooking meals.
I'm
I'm there.
not going to be intimate with my child.
I'm gonna be there to dress him and make him look swaggy." I think was like almost a direct quote. I'm not gonna say it was, but it's close.
Wow.
Well, that child will probably not look swaggy.
It just.
I kind of feel bad for the kid. I'm gonna say
Yes.
Don't you feel like I just feel like especially like living in this like apartment community, I see a lot of like parents and stuff, and maybe it's because of just where I am, but I feel like our parents are so much smarter than the parents right now having kids, and it's scary as hell because it's like I see like a dad and I'm like, I think I'm about 1/3 your age, and I'm pretty sure I'm smarter than you, dude. Like I just feel it. Like I
We're
can
going to
sense it.
college.
I can sniff it on you, but you have a kid and I don't, and you're gonna raise him, and then he's gonna learn to be just like you. And it's just like, are we really getting worse and worse as
Well,
as
now
people? Are we-
who's saying that was the plan for our parents? You know, our parents were probably in the same situation that we were. Went to college, found a good mate, went somewhere,
Which
had a
is
career,
mate.
had a kid at the right time, didn't make mistakes or what have you. Sometimes that happens, and you have a good situation. Things like that turn out. Vicious cycle. I'm gonna, like that's a very Templar, social Darwinism way of stating it, but it's Templar from Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed.
I caught that.
okay.
I was kind of like,
Yeah. It is.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Social Darwinism. To go back to Darwin, but just off that tip, it's not like the kids right now. It's not like their parents could have had it so much better than we did. No one is born into the same situation.
Yeah.
We were probably a lot more fortunate than they were when they were
I
kids.
just feel like we're so lucky that we were like born before internet porn was in full swing. Because I just feel like if I was 6 and I saw a gangbang, like an interracial gangbang, I don't think I would be a normal functioning human being. Not to say that I'm normal, but I would be much worse than I am now.
Right.
And I just feel like I see this general like degradation that's happening, and I'm just like, it just seems like we're going in this direction of we're like losing our intelligence. And
Absolutely.
we have all this technology and this information, but all that's doing is allowing us to be dumber and learn less and acquire less information because it's there.
It's at our fingertips, so
Like,
we can
we
don't
can
need
learn
it
how to look up
ourselves.
shit, but we don't learn how to learn anything.
Right.
Ooh.
And to me,
This
Very, very good
To
point.
me-
This
you
guy
can't
is coming
evolve.
out. He's coming out with some crazy like. I'm gonna
Wow.
open your
Wow.
mind. I'm not a Joe Schmo dumbass
this is
anymore.
yeah.
it probably pisses people off because
deep.
he's like, "What is this fucking 20-year-old talking about?" Like
Yeah.
it's probably annoying, but I'm sorry. This is honestly how I feel, and I.
That's what podcasting's for, right?
I like
That's
it.
what you told me when we started.
But doesn't it just see? It just seems like to evolve as a human is to learn. Like I could say things like I hate math and I hate science, but I like to learn things that I'm interested about.
Absolutely.
Like that's why that's why we do this. Like it's fun and we explore things. We
Mhm.
delve into topics like that. If you don't have that hunger on any level, I just feel like you're not evolving. You're not capable of becoming like a better person.
Yeah.
On any
Well,
level.
yeah, you're not evolving on a personal level. You're not growing, maturing.
Right.
To better oneself is to change oneself.
Yes.
Think about that.
Yeah. So there you go, Snooki. Happy trails in neglecting your child. It seems like that you're already headed in that direction, considering you
you.
don't want anything to do with it already. Yeah, I don't know. The hired help thing is kind of an interesting.
I was
When that child calls the
calls in the
Guatemala
Alfred.
nanny mom,
Yeah.
it's gonna be.
That's
maybe
gonna
a
be
wake-up
reality
call.
TV news.
Yeah. Oh, she can have a. Oh my God.
Of
course she's gonna have a show.
Gonna have a show.
Are you kidding?
It's gonna be called the Snookies.
Oh God, no! They're gonna come up with some better like Snook or something.
Little wrens.
Snook
Like-
Snook.
You know,
Oh.
some shit.
I think that's a winner right there. You're welcome, whoever makes the fucking show, you
You
dick.
MTV people.
I hope you die.
Me.
That's harsh, but just don't
Yeah,
make the
wait a
show,
minute.
and I won't hope you die anymore.
Yeah, same.
Knuckle me,
Nux.
boom, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just knuckled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the
That's-
soundboard?
Fuck the soundboard. I'm sorry. I don't know
Fuck
how to
this.
get it working with this, and
Smart moves, then.
it's the soundboard's more like the desperate. It's like
Yeah,
the
this is
last-
the boing.
It's like maybe you made you make an inappropriate sound we can laugh at.
Yeah, we can, that'll work.
I that was why I was against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey
This wasn't-
Then
man.
I heard you say you liked it. But
Well, I
Yeah,
said, you know, if
dumbass.
we're really gonna do that, then okay. But
whatever. We're a constantly evolving thing.
Yeah,
learning.
we are
We are a Darwinist.
We're fucking.
We're a living, breathing, open to change podcast, and that's why it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. It's
Ain't nothing but a hoochie mama.
hoot back, hoochie mama. Yeah. Oh. Now we're just kind of making noises.
No, well, I found there was this other thing about I guess Texas is reconsidering sending prostitutes to prison, which
As opposed to their current-
I pretty agree with that. Well, yeah, they said they have more than 350 prostitutes currently
Catch and release
occupying
system?
bunks in state prisons. They're not fish, Mitch.
Well,
It's not fly fishing in the river.
I never said that, but I mean,
Swoop!
catching
Fly
someone.
fishing, by the way, nearly impossible.
Is
that
it?
challenge? It's difficult.
I kind of want to try it just because it looks relaxing to just do that little.
It is.
Zzz,
You're in the weird like
the
food
whole
things
the half body
Yeah.
suit.
I'm always
Sounds
afraid
pretty
about
fun.
like, like the hook getting caught on my eyelash or something.
Yeah, that's slightly irrational.
Yeah, so I guess they're considering not sending because each like inmate costs between 15 and 19
Oh, yeah.
grand, and it's just I don't know. It's
Oh, so they
weird
just-
because
they put them back on the street. Is that the idea?
I don't know, but hoeing, breaking hose. That's been like the oldest profession.
That is one of the oldest professions.
It's not the oldest, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Colloquially known
Even
as.
like on
They
a
were
small transaction
renowned
level, like-
in what is it, Babylon or no Ur.
Or
They were priestesses.
oh, were they like the Green Graces?
Yeah. Back
Nice.
in before Babylon there was
Rocks and
cuneiform
shit.
shit. Who were those people? Crap. Epic of Gilgamesh.
The
Mesoto-
Babylon, it was Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia, yeah. The priestesses of Ur were they're basically whores, and they had one giant orgy fuckfest a year.
Nice.
That was their big holidays.
Yeah,
they all get
was
together
the
and
party to get
fucked
to?
in the street.
Even when you see
Nice.
like the Game of Thrones scenes where it's like
Too much.
these
too
knights are
much
like
fucking.
excited and it's just like, ugh. Like I know that's like probably like a delectable woman, but her teeth are gross and she fucks 10,000 guys and they even know what a condom is or.
Whoring.
They don't care.
I heard they used to use like goat
Sheep's.
intestine.
It was
something.
a sheep's, I think, stomach or a bladder. One
Yeah,
of the two.
they still sell them actually.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you want a more
yeah,
natural
they have
experience.
Skin condoms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
sheepskin
what that's
condom. Yeah,
The same thing they use to tie up hot dogs.
does not prevent
I would
AIDS.
imagine.
Does not prevent AIDS.
Does not prevent AIDS.
Why
Why not?
would you wear it? I guess because
I
it could
think
then it could
well,
transfer
because-
to
yeah,
the new
because
skin.
Like porous or something.
Yeah, it's just too porous. It'll stop sperm, but the
Not
AIDS
AIDS.
virus is too small. Well, if you think about it, AIDS is a virus. Sperm proportionally is much bigger than a virus.
Yeah, I don't know.
True.
Like when you say virus, it's just like I imagine like a cartoon little like ball like infecting other
Mm.
cartoon balls. And, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's still like out of my reach.
AP Biology.
But I don't know,
Shout
I was
out to Miss
wondering-
Smith.
Yeah, I was,
Get
wondering,
it.
I was wondering. Yeah, Miss Smith, you're a fantastic lady. Don't know you.
That's true. You don't.
What you
appreciates
do
it.
is noble. I was
Great
wondering
lady.
if you could apply the same like the regulation of drugs to like the regulation of prostitution because
Huh.
first of all I feel like the prostitutes themselves are not really like they kind of have to do it and it's really like the pimps that are the bad guys.
Right.
And I'm wondering like what if we had like this regulated business of prostitution where you had like these pimps who wore like suits and had budgeted numbers and were like very official and like, oh well, we never hit our hose, of course not.
Yeah.
Bitch, where you at?
That's illegal.
Yeah,
Out here
we're-
making your
we're-
motherfucking money.
We're
Thank you,
a
Grandma.
section government-funded business.
I believe you can notice our A standard on the wall here.
We had recently had the
Yeah, we had the we
health
had
department come in.
yeah, health department came in. We
Checked
Totally
in,
clean.
all clear. All of our hose are very clean.
We
so
had,
no
some, we had
STDs.
some AIDS behind the couch, but we took
yeah,
we took
care of it.
We got the mop and
Yup. The AIDS mop.
it's like
The guy come in with the mask.
Doesn't that seem
that's
like that would
the
work?
I think it's the first episode of Reno 911. They're talking about that. It's the creepy brown haired guy with the thick mustache. He's he goes into
Okay.
the brothels because there's legal
Okay,
brothels in
okay.
Nevada.
He's doing an
And
inspection.
yeah, he's doing an inspection. He's like, so about every once a month around, someone comes around and just has to do a little inspection because these are state run or they're state institutions. I'm not actually that guy, but you know they don't know that. So you can just spread your legs a little bit there, ma'am. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Oh my god.
He was using like the little look under the
I know.
car mirrors for bombs. So just like, yeah, that looks good. Looking good there.
Yeah, you're fine.
uh,
Next.
Reno to me is a very hit or miss show, but
Reno is a
I
very
laughed
hit or
very hard from that show. so-
Reno is a very hit or miss town, also,
Oh.
as it were.
Yes.
Makes
Ooh, I'm not sure if it's still running, but when I visited their last Circus of Reno, Nevada, it's the #1 child abduction hotspot in the U.S.
Whoa.
Yes, sir. Nothing nice and creepier like a casino next to a kids' carnival inside a hotel.
I hate that
Wow.
dark shit. Yeah, like really dark. Like I saw like
That
the movie
is-
The Lovely Bones,
Oh, yeah.
and it was just so. It was one of those like the guy's right there with Mark Wahlberg, and he's like, "No, I'm just gonna paint my little fucking house or do whatever."
Yeah. Oh, don't mind me.
If you paint like figurines, you Rachel.
Yeah, you're probably up to something nefarious.
If you paint
rapist.
figurines, you're probably a rapist.
Not
Like
only a
redneck
rapist, but
joke.
apparently a pedophile too.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, I just remember the way that movie played out, where I was like, God, like girl, what's wrong with you? It's like, I'm just the nice guy from down the road. It's like, I want to see my secret hideout in the middle of like a cornfield.
Yeah, that's
It's like, oh, let me just move this earth, this recently covered earth, to show you that
yeah.
candle lit,
Because I mean that's just what cool clubhouses are. Candlelit, duh.
Doi.
I don't know. They're definitely you have to do a little bit of suspension of disbelief when it comes to a lot of movies because you're just like, yeah, that.
Yeah, I mean you do.
No one
I
would
think
do that.
You got to meet it halfway. at some
Yeah.
level.
Don't go in there. Don't
do
go in
Don't
there.
do it.
That's what I loved about Cabin in the Woods. Was the stoner for
The
a change is like the
yep.
only guy who's
Yep.
the voice of reason.
Are we seriously gonna go in there together? It was good that the. Well, actually, I don't want to give too much away. Kate,
Yeah,
still
don't
have
give
it.
too much away.
Just peripheral. Oh, you weren't gonna say anything after that.
I don't.
say
I
anything.
mean, just kind of.
Don't do it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
He's like kind of the audience in that movie.
Yeah, exactly. He's
like
the
voice of
audience's like kind of tone in. They're thinking it, and then he says it on the screen.
Right.
You're like, yes, I was thinking that.
Yeah. Oh, there was this. We talked about The Hobbit already.
3
We don't
movies.
need to go into it too
Yeah.
deep.
That.
Ugh.
Yeah. No.
Anyway.
The whole like 60 frame per second thing. Or
Oh,
45.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a big. This is only gonna be interesting to the super nerds. So we'll maybe not spend too much time on it, but.
We can also kind of explain.
I mean, we do
extrapolate.
D&D, so like shit.
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on.
Well, yeah, I know. And I have to like
Right.
I have to like earmuff when you guys do that part.
Continue on.
I guess the whole issue is that it looks more realistic because it's faster. Okay, first of all, I heard we can only see at 35 or something like
We chose 24 FPS because that was the closest thing that they could find to human eye
that. But
speed.
right now, what are digitally projected movies come out at 30, right?
29.9 something. That's because TV, yeah.
Quote
Right in that
unquote
theater.
30.
30 or it's 29, whatever.
24.
It's
It should be 24.
It's always
The
24?
industry standard is 24.
Even like the Avengers and shit, like the new
Okay, well, I have
digital
no
projection
clue.
movies.
You're right. Nowadays, I have no idea what they're
I don't know
shooting.
why 30 was in my head, but okay, 24. I know that's like the traditional,
Yeah.
like when they were on like 8mm cameras, it was.
You tried to,
8mm.
yeah, you tried to crank them at 24.
Right. So I guess I know like it's a sad. I guess like there's an artfulness to like the slower than your eye frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
It like gives it the dream quality. That's what I've heard of. And there's all this change, but I feel like even though people talk about it's all moving to internet and whatnot, movie theaters are never going to go away, right? Like because you're always going to want to experience something on a giant screen, even if your fucking seat lifts up and spins around in the middle of the movie and you're getting shot with mist or whatever,
Right.
and it's vibrating and it's a totally realistic experience, even if you have virtual reality.
Yeah.
I think people are still going to want to sit next to
Sounds
each other.
cool as shit.
That spectacle. Yeah, that
And
does
they're
sound awesome.
still because even if I could get the latest movies, like what was the last, like Dark Knight Rises, even if you were like, hey, you can pay $10, you can watch it around your TV, or you can go to the movies and pay $10. It's like I want to go to the movies and pay $10.
Absolutely. I'd pay for a drive and like go, especially if it's a $10 movie ticket. Holy shit, I'd be at that theater all the time.
So like even like 3D, I don't really like it at
No.
all. But
Yeah.
But
I'm
Avatar
wondering-
was awesome.
yeah, I didn't get to see it in 3D.
Oh.
Now, then again,
For
there have been movies
That they make
that
for
the
3D.
for 3D no, but like the 3D movies that they do make, they make a few that are like the 3D is very nice and it adds a nice touch. It's not overdone.
I think Paranorman might be one of those. I'm
How
not
to
gonna
Train
see
Your
it.
Dragon was one of those films.
I'd
that
actually say
really,
Green Hornet
really
has
added
some
to it.
moments. Even
You
though
know.
Green Hornet wasn't a great movie.
It's because they had all those weird, like little slow motion, like slow down scenes. where
Kato
like,
Vision it was
yeah,
called.
Kato Vision.
Where
All
he
the Kato
sees
Vision.
like everything happening.
Bzzz, when he kicks him over the hood of the car, must
Yeah,
have been
or
awesome.
my favorite is the he does something with
Oh,
beer
yeah.
cap,
Mhm.
and it like goes into the audience, and you're like, whoa.
Classic.
But yeah, I wonder if it's gonna be a thing where it moves to 3D every movie, no matter what. And I kind of hope it doesn't, but it seems like maybe it would head in that direction.
Probably.
Because people are thinking like, oh, 3D is just a superior way to experience a movie.
Well,
And
3 is
it's not something where it just kicks in at certain moments. Every moment is a moment where the guys are standing out of the screen.
right.
But it almost seems like, wouldn't that take you out of it even more? Like, doesn't 3D take you out of it more? Because it like is a self-aware effect.
And that's what I mean is in the movies where they do it really well and it's subtle and it's downplayed and they only use it at the right times,
Yeah.
it pulls you in.
Right.
Because it adds to something that if it were just on the surface of the screen, you would have been like, you know, that on a certain subconscious level, you're like, okay, this is still on the screen. If it does it just the right amount and it looks like it's popping out a little more, you're like, oh shit, here it comes.
Mhm.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my dad was asking me like what I think, like where it's going, like why the fuck would I know? But
Because you're a film
No,
kid.
yeah, I think he just want to talk to me as my dad.
Yeah.
He wants to talk to me for more than 30 seconds at a time.
And he knows you like film, so
Yeah,
that's
and,
a solid place to go.
I
Way
didn't
to go,
really-
Dad.
I didn't really have a clue, but I think it was basically the same discussion I had with you guys. But he was wondering if it's going to be kind of a more interactive, where you're going to be able to. And I don't. It's almost so far off that I don't even know how you could do this technically, but
Choose your own adventure movies.
not even that.
Hell
But
yeah!
you'll be-
High five.
You'll be able to like. You'll okay.
I don't want you to take away from that moment. I want to talk
We can
about
go back to
choose
that.
your own
We can go back to
experience
adventure
movies.
too. But it's like
Shit.
you'll be able to change where the camera looks. You'll be able to look at what is beyond the frame. Like to be able to go like, well, what's over there? Like I want to turn that way. And it's like maybe technology will be so good that it'll be able to simulate what the rest of it will
Hang
look like.
on, I have.
He's got
They
it.
do
You were
that.
saying like you'll be able to maybe see the movie during certain point of
No,
view
no, no,
from
no.
certain point of view of the actors.
Like
Be
multiple
able to
switch.
change.
They do that in video games. They do
Okay.
it in video games. There's in Final Fantasy 13-2. There is a unlock. Yeah, terrible game. Okay, I'm gonna be honest right now. I'm not a fan of it.
There we go.
It was really cheap. I bought it because hey, it was a Final Fantasy game. I like Kingdom Hearts. It's the best story ever told. I'm obsessed with it. But anyways, Final Fantasy 13-2, not so good. But there's a cheat or like whatever if you unlock some amount of it, and you can move the camera around a little bit in the scenes. So like it gives you like the basic shot, but as the idea, you can be like, well, I want to see what's over there, so you can pan over a little bit. It's cool. You can like sort of like make like a different shot of
You're
the
probably
thing, like.
still on that plane.
But that was only as like a film student that I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna move it this way. And instead of a
See,
close up, it's like a medium close up, and it looks a little bit better.
Now I can
You
do
fucked
like
up, Square. I'm doing better than you
that
right
was
now.
like I used to do that for Halo multiplayer. Like I would. Like I
Yeah.
did some cool shit in the match.
Yeah.
And then I would make the
No,
movie.
it's
move
It's like
the
that.
camera.
Yeah, and so while the movie's happening, you can do that a little bit. And then in Assassin's Creed 1, you could click a button certain times, and it would alter the point of view
yeah,
of the camera
when you're having.
when you're having a conversation in a scene. Some video games do that, and it's pretty cool. But it's just a gimmick. At the end of the day, it's just a gimmick, and
It's
it's
true.
not that amazing. So I think that idea, because people have played with it, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think the whole look at the world at a different time thing is really, or
Right.
see not just what the camera's seeing. I don't really think it's panning out as well as people would have hoped.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like movies have kind of been the same for the past like 90 years. Like it's changed. It's been sitting down, looking at a 2D screen. You know, so it's kind of a little heartbreaking if it's gonna.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm kind of okay with that. Movies are very
concept.
cool. Now then again, like, what is the next art form? What is the next
Dubstep.
beautiful media? Music.
Dubstep.
We already did music.
I think
we already did
games are-
photos.
I think video games.
I think video games are the next biggest art
flourishing.
form.
They're
You know what I
starting.
thought would be kind of interesting, and I don't know if you can pull it off, but like, I was always wondering why there's never like a crossover between like a TV shows and like movie releases where you would get to watch a movie of the TV show you like. Like, let's say Breaking Bad runs out all its seasons, and then they put out a feature film.
6 seasons in a movie, man. Community. That's one of their taglines. The reason why they say 6 seasons in a movie is because that's like popular. People do that. There's
Really?
like
People do
Powerpuff
that.
Like
Girls,
Sex and the City.
Powerpuff Girls movie, Sex
What
and the
other
City
movies?
movie.
If you
Bleach.
name cartoons, alright, I guess I wasn't thinking about that.
Fuck ton of animes, but that's beside the point. The TV show movies, 24. There was like a full movie feature or whatever.
Was
Not-
there? That
not-
sounds stupid.
I mean,
I
it
heard
was a
that they
TV
were-
movie.
They're working on it still.
But a lot of things have done that. Like they're like, oh shit, we're so good at this. We want to make like a super long, awesome episode. We're gonna make it into a movie.
Yeah.
Recess, the movie was awesome.
Recess, the
About
movie was
summer,
awesome.
summertime.
Okay.
Pokemon.
I was actually pretty down. I was pretty down for the.
I mean, the
24
Pokemon movie was bad, but I'm just saying it did it.
Was it good, or is
Oh,
it
it's
coming?
not out yet.
Oh,
They want to
what
make
is
it. Well, the whole thing is like we have to make a whole day happen in 2 hours instead of.
Isn't the Arrested Development movie?
Arrested Development movie is coming out.
Yeah.
And they're coming out with one season, to like lead up to the movie, and I think it's kind of like what each episode is like what the characters have been doing in the time past, or the time that has passed. So that should be interesting. I need to watch all of what's it called?
Community?
No,
Arrested Development.
that's the one. Arrested Development.
Probably see both of those.
Fantastic
Audience.
show. I should probably actually watch more Community. I saw the paintball episode.
So good, right?
Unfortunately, I wanted to keep watching, but it was so good, and then it just came on the loop again like 2 hours later because it was not on a plane. So
That's too bad. That
Unfortunate.
Community episode.
it's fantastic, and it makes me want to watch the entire series.
Oh, well, you know, we have all of the seasons at our house.
I will be over at your house more
Please
often.
do. I will watch them with you.
Sounds
I
good.
love Community.
I've never seen it.
You need to watch
Nerd.
it. You will love this show.
Yeah, I'm
Honestly,
nerd, that's
I'll
it.
say it right now. Community is a show that if you're a nerd or a geek of any sort, like anything,
Yeah.
you don't even need to be like a geeky geek nerd. You can be like a cool nerd or a nerd about something that's cool
I
or
guess
like
I
a
have to
sports,
come to
you know,
terms with
anything.
Like a
And you can
podcast.
appreciate this show.
Yeah.
It's a show built for our generation.
Nice.
I suppose what my question is like if being a nerd exists anymore because I feel like I
Exactly.
don't really consider myself like a nerdy, like I'm conscious about how I look and like dressing and stuff like that, and like I know what to say and I know not what to say.
And that's what I mean. Is like,
But there are certain things with like podcasts. I'll go nerd on that. Film. You start talking to me about like guitar stuff. I'll start talking about like how I love my tube amp and single coil versus dual coil and
exactly. If
humbucker
you're a
and
nerd of
so
any sort, you will appreciate this
It's
show.
like-
And that's what I mean. A nerd of movies.
I feel like we
a
need
nerd
to
of.
swap out that word with like you're just interested in something.
If
a
you're
lot,
an enthusiast.
an enthusiast.
To the point of past cool.
Like, can you be a car nerd if you're like, oh, fucking double stack carburetors and
Yeah, you're a
and
car nerd.
dual exhaust, just turn me on.
I mean, well, hey, but
You
yeah,
know.
you're a car nerd.
Because there are people like
You know
that.
that? Yeah.
and it's very cool to me.
It's past the point of cool. I feel like there's a certain level of knowledge about everything on modern day, whatever, that's like cool to know. And then once you break that point, you begin becoming a nerd. So like everybody knows about iPhones. Everybody knows about like the cool apps. If you know a lot about iPhones, if you break that point, like, okay, I got this really cool app that does this one thing, and like it goes a little bit above the normal person's knowledge of an iPhone, it begins to be a little bit quote unquote nerdy.
Yeah.
And so,
Mm.
I feel like if you break that level on any
It's
issue,
like a passion level.
like a
passion
sports
threshold.
nerd, yeah. Movie buff, movie nerd.
A lot of people tend to see there are some things that can you can pass that point and people won't apply the stigmata of nerd on it, like cars, because cars are kind of seen as cool usually.
But like if you know everything, like the engine, you
Or
know,
if you're
how fast 0 to 60, like you can work the car interior, whatever.
Like if you're an avid pianist, like I don't think people are just like,
There you
wow,
go.
you're just a musician. Like you just love
Yeah.
that shit, and
Yeah.
it's your life. But to be like, oh, you nerd, piano nerd.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Like,
hard.
meanwhile,
well,
I'm playing Speed of Sound. I'm about to get laid right after this. So it's like, do 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 do. That was the one piano song I'd love to learn. Speed of Sound. There's some good ones.
There's some really piano.
I'd like to learn all of Phil Collins' Tarzan tracks. That would be good.
Dearly beloved.
For once I saw you seem so strong.
Sounds like James Blunt.
Yeah, kind of.
You're-
That was a little too James Blank. I need to hear if I can hear some Phil Collins. I'll throw on a brilliant Phil Collins. You know, and you'll be in my heart. Yeah, it'll be great.
Woo!
Little Scottish in there, just a little,
Um,
or Welsh or whatever the fuck he is.
We went to
Yeah, Welsh.
what do you guys
I
think
am
about
Welsh.
Slater's?
Oh, Slater.
Oh, Slater 50.
Delicious.
Somebody was moody that night.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That was you. For
You.
Sure. Me.
Yes.
I don't remember who it was. I remember someone was
It was
moody.
me.
Someone.
Yeah.
I was moody in the
You were
beginning.
moody in the beginning.
Oh, he was. Yeah,
You're
I
the
mean,
one who flipped his shit.
Oh,
We're gonna
because
get to
like
that.
it was what, the insomnia?
maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
well,
like,
it
it's
sucks
called
for
like
me.
showing care for another person. But
Nah, dude.
yeah,
no.
I you know what? I gotta stop doing that anyway. So.
You got on my case, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm sure that's. An accurate
I'm already on my
interpretation of what
case. It was not fun.
But
yeah.
I meant, what do you think about the food? It's like,
The food was delicious.
Yeah. Well, Slater's 50/50 is a restaurant in California, Orange, California, or
I think we'll say Orange County.
Orange County, California.
Yeah.
And their little thing is that they seem to have this fascination with bacon, and it's a burger joint. I guess is what you would call it, but it's a very nice burger joint. Got a bar, everything, a little bit of a sports bar feel.
Mm-hmm.
Very attractive waitresses.
Fake titties.
Okay.
But, I mean,
thank you. Slater's is now no longer going to endorse us. But anyways, their thing is they love bacon.
Yeah, it's such fake.
They love bacon. So they have a 50-50 patty, which is 50%.
Hence the name.
Yeah, 50% ground beef and 50% bacon.
It's ground bacon, technically.
Ground bacon, thank you. And they also have like baconaise, bacon infused ketchup.
Bacon ketchup, yeah.
Uh,
They have a bacon
There are
sundae
like
at
7
the end.
coronaries a week
Yeah.
from that place.
Oh, absolutely. There's
they
a
got whiskey bacon, some old fashioned bacon.
half chocolate, half bacon brownie.
They got bacon shakes.
Bacon.
Oh,
bacon
let's talk about what
shake.
you got, Mitch.
I mean, they also have this really cool setup, which is where they have pre-made burgers, but then they also give you this little slip, which has just like all of the options
It's
on
almost
it.
like a sushi menu.
It's kind of like a sushi menu or like a sandwich
It's
menu.
a very,
if you go
very
like a-
intense build your own burger. You know,
Yeah.
like you have those like build your own pizza, or like make your own pizza. They
or
just
build
list
your own
the stuff.
sandwich.
It's
Yeah.
a very cool way to do it, and they just like it's a small slip of paper, and they give you a pencil, and you just check off what you want.
Yeah, so like I picked up teriyaki glazed burger with pineapple and cheddar and peanut butter and bacon, and it was a 50-50. No, there wasn't any bacon on it because it was a 50-50.
You know what it's like?
Lettuce.
How was that good? Like it was.
It was delicious. I had to.
Seems like an overwhelming amount of
I
flavor.
had a great burger too.
It kind of was, but once you got the pineapple, once it got off, it became a good burger.
So you
Actually,
didn't like the pineapple on.
no, the pineapple was fantastic on it. It's just it was kind of throwing off the burger composition. It was like kind of mismatched and lumpy, and I just took the pineapple and ate it eventually.
Mhm.
If I could have removed one thing to make it a better burger, I probably would have removed the peanut butter. But it's just it had been so long since I had peanut butter on a burger that it sounded too good, so I had to do it.
Peanut butter burger time.
I decided I'm gonna try to go all beef next time because honestly, that 50-50, like it was good, but it's a little too heavy for me. I think like
It's dense.
it's bacon, man. It's a lot of flavor there, and when you're telling me half a burger is bacon ground up, like I don't know how many pieces of bacon that is. That's probably like 10 pieces.
Oh, I had so
Like,
much bacon.
Well, I mean,
It's not even.
And then Alex Bull got
the bacon on
50-50.
bacon on bacon.
bacon on top, fried onions on top.
Oh, I did that.
With
got
the
that
bacon,
too.
bacon.
I got bacon. I got bacon on my bacon burger.
Okay.
Did you put any baconaise and bacon ketchup on your bacon burger?
No, but I had bacon ketchup on my
Bacon
fries.
fries?
Yeah,
Were they bacon fries?
they were not bacon fries.
Damn.
I know.
I did have a baconator one time at this place called Unita Burger.
I thought you were gonna say Carl's Jr.
No, but
Baconator's Wendy's, guys.
Oh shit.
it is Wendy's. But this was Katie's Baconator. It was like a custom made Baconator. Anyway, we're talking like I don't think there was bacon in the patty. Thank God. But there was the patty. There was some bacon. There was some cheese. There was some more bacon and cheese. And then there was.
And then you got your.
There was baconaise on it, a little bit, some lettuce, and then skewered through it on like a big toothpick was some deep fried bacon
Oh.
on the top.
Nice.
Just one piece of deep fried bacon to really put the cherry on top of that coronary heart disease.
I still want to see the waffle fry on top of the burger
Waffle fries are delicious.
because
Fries.
it looks like it was made for it.
A really
I even
thick
think-
waffle fry as the bun.
No, I meant just on top of the burger because I put fries on my burger and
Yeah.
then I close it.
Oh, I thought you meant because the meat. I guess you say the patty.
Yeah.
I was
On
thinking
top.
like you stuck the
Oh,
waffle fry
you mean-
on top
yeah.
of the bun.
Yeah, that was kind of like that doesn't make any sense.
sense. But yeah, no, people put fries in their burgers.
You want
It's
like a
really cool.
perfectly sized, like
'Cause I
a
feel like
patty
It
sized
looks like
waffle
it's
fry?
made for it, and even if they don't want to use it, they can basically. Oh, I just want to see what happens on this GarageBand track because I left something on there. Oh, beautiful, good. I thought I was
it's
gonna
a
start
podcast.
playing an old clip.
No, das override you all.
Fuck. I was saying they could invent almost like a potato patty. Like McDonald's could invent something like that and put it on just as a gimmick to put it on top of beef.
I heard about this in NPR a while ago. potatoes have actually gotten a little less popular as time goes by.
Because
kind
health-wise, or
well, no, just because they're kind of boring.
Mm.
I mean, there's like the brown russet potato, and then you can like sometimes get the Nantucket Golds or like the little purple ones.
Mhm.
There's not that much variety of potato, but I think people at I guess it would be the FDA. They're going in and researching the potato genome, and they're just playing with like different genes, and they're getting like red and orange, like
They're making
fleshed
different
and exterior, and purple potatoes, like purple interior
Oh
potatoes,
yeah, the purple potatoes.
and just like it's
weirdness.
it tastes the same, but it's
That's
just
some
like
Gregory Mendel shit.
yeah, exactly.
It's like clone
Pick up
meat.
that reference.
I caught it.
That's
I
like
liked
one of
it.
those things where I can't believe I remember his name.
That was he's one of them.
Didn't he invent the? I don't even know what it's called, but it's like where you have the male, female, male, male. It's like
It's
four
the
squares.
the Punnett square.
Punnett square.
Punnett Square.
Yes.
That's right.
Woo! Well, maybe that was invented by somebody
To
Punnett,
work, yeah, that would make sense.
but it was his
Yeah.
concept.
Well, he came up with the
He
idea
did the P thing.
behind the Punnett
genetics
square.
and animal husbandry and floral husbandry. Technically, is what he got.
Wasn't he like
Yes.
a priest? He was a priest.
I-
He was just
I-
like so bored not getting pussy that
I think he
Yeah,
was
he
a
did that.
priest.
He was still.
started messing with genetics.
But
He was-
he wasn't messing. He was just messing with his flowers. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is interesting. I'm
He
going
was
to
just
write
a
this
priest.
down.
Yeah.
He's just really good at gardening.
He
He's
had
a
no
green
clue
thumb.
that it was going to turn into something that would attempt to disprove his religion.
Oh, apparently there was somebody did a study where it's like plants like scream and shit, or it's like they were
Oh,
they were gonna like
heard
cut a
that.
tree down, and like the frequencies it emitted like changed, like it knew what the fuck was about to happen to it. And it's like I just can't feel bad for vegetables or anything like that, you know, like even if they have a little bit of life in them, I just, you know, it's like we have life in us too.
Everything
it's like
has life in it.
omnivores. I know. Like when I would go fishing, I'd be like, oh, first of all, I don't care about fish because they're dumb as fuck and they're creepy a little bit, and they're good for eating. That's what they're good for.
They do taste
Good for
pretty good.
eating.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like we would like catch it, and then my dad would like, okay, kill it, you know, and I like grabbed it by the tail, and then I
Smack it against the
smack it against the rock, and I was like, oh, that wasn't hard enough. Again. It's
Smack it till it's dead.
horribly
That's
violent
what you
thing.
have to do.
It's like that movie. I don't remember what the fuck the movie was, but the
Two
guy like,
Towers
tries
with
to
Gollum.
put like a beaver out of his mercy or something like
Out
that.
of his
Like,
misery?
Like,
Oh.
misery. And he just like is not dying, and he winds up like savagely beating
Yeah,
him
he just
a
like
tire
fucking
tire
don't.
iron or whatever. it's
Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I
have
don't
no idea
remember
what
it.
the movie's from.
They hit a dog or something on the
I
highway.
think it's a beaver or badger or like a raccoon or something.
It might be like, I know what it is.
Some furry brown.
It's Sex Trip, or Sex Drive.
Sex Drive.
Sex Drive.
Yeah, you're right.
Sex
they,
trip.
They hit a raccoon while they're driving.
Not quite as clever as Sex Drive.
Not as good, but I was combining Sex Drive and Road
Sex
Trip.
Drive's actually a fucking great name for a movie.
Well, I mean,
Well, because I feel like the picture's just like, yeah, it's about this teenager who goes on a road trip to lose his virginity. It's called Sex Drive. Boom! And they're like,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good shit.
We like that.
well, I mean,
Write the rest of the plot.
I
We'll
kind
take
of-
it.
I feel silly now, but I just got that it was a double entendre.
Yeah.
Took
Yes.
me.
Like, it's like a drive for
I would-
sex.
Yeah,
I
it's
would-
like it's
it's
he's
inside
driving.
you.
Yeah, but it's also it's driving him.
Yeah.
It's like libido, but it's also
Sex.
automobile usage towards a female.
Yes.
Driving.
Hence the double entendre.
Mm-hmm. That is why it's called double and not single entendre.
Yes.
Quite nice.
What?
Yes.
See, now we're just going into circles saying yes and what would and fuck
Yeah.
yes.
We gotta
Hey, no, but
decide whether to
Hoorah, hoorah, who's your mama?
What
oh no.
any movies coming out that we're excited about? I guess Born Legacy was a letdown.
Wreck-It Ralph.
We already talked about it.
Ralph?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Rankin Ralph?
Wreck-It Ralph, the Pixar movie, or I guess it's Disney movie, not Pixar. That it's got all the video game characters in it. Video game. Oh, you
Oh.
have not. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not heard about Wreck-It Ralph, you need to check this trailer out. I was
I'm gonna check it
in
out.
the Spider-Man movie and watching the trailers.
That would make
And
sense.
it was just it's the start of this very animated, and it was like an arcade knockoff of Donkey Kong and Wreck-It Ralph. Well, you know, of course, it was the same '80s dynamic. He kept doing the same thing, and he kept on getting beaten, and everybody cheered, and he was the villain. And it immediately cuts to this, like, it's Ralph, and it's now CG, and he's, like, in this therapy, like, Bad Guys Anonymous room,
Right.
and, like, Bowser is there, and Dr. Eggman is there, the Pac-Man
This
ghost
isn't
is
coming out
there.
soon. It's just
Oh, it's
like
coming out soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's coming out
November
the holiday
2nd,
season. Yeah, oh, no,
2012.
November 2nd, and they're having this talk. It's like, just because you are bad guy does not make you
A bad
bad
guy.
guy. Yeah, and I started flipping shit when I saw all these people because I remember Roger Rabbit, and I remember just seeing all of like the Disney characters and Acme or Looney Tunes like throwing shit at each other and interacting. Like that was
And
awesome.
interacting
And now
with
we
humans.
get, we get like Sonic or what? It's not just Super Smash Bros, but it's a movie, and all of these characters are interacting, and they got all these people to sign off, and I'm just excited to see what video game characters come up where. Like Hubert, I saw Hubert, then they just to be able to come up with this concept of video game characters in this world. It looked like a pretty funny story, good time, good Disney movie. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for Skyfall. It probably comes out like December. I think all the Bond movies come out in like the winter, Christmas-ish. But
That
The new
tiny-
Red Dawn does look cool, though.
I want to see that. I saw the old one, and the old one's on Netflix, by the way.
I'm gonna check that out on
Me
Netflix.
too. I'm gonna rewatch it also.
I don't have a
Okay.
Netflix account anymore.
Maybe I'll hook you up with the info.
I'll figure it out. Maybe. Oh! I remembered something. Fucking cat, man. So, over at the den, there's no cat. We don't own a
Cat.
cat.
Cat man, not like a superhero.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was like, cat
No,
and woman,
I'm talking like a cat,
man.
comma, man. Yeah, fucking. Anyway, there's no cat. My room smells like cat piss now. It's like a nice stale cat piss.
What?
One Ivany had a subletter in, and apparently she has a cat, and she doesn't know how to take care of cats because there were like pee stains and vomit around and like little cat shits kind of hidden away in corners that apparently she just didn't notice or pick up or whatever. So
Oh,
I got
no.
greased, and I had to I haven't
so
been
it's cat piss from the previous owner.
from a subletter that we just had over the summer. It wasn't even like
Okay,
From
I
before-
actually met her by accident.
what a bitch.
She was like in the room that was straight down.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Stupid hoe. That's okay though.
Ain't nothing but a hoochie mama.
Hurrah, hurrah, who's your
I
mama?
remember like I went in there and then I went to Kirsty's room. He's like, "Did you go in the wrong door?" I was like, "No."
What? No,
silly,
I
you
did.
silly goose.
Why would you even? Why would you think I did that?
Phosphorus.
Huh. Yeah, I did. I did do that. I walked into the wrong room.
Oh, I need to segue really back to the whole contact radio wave thing because I just realized something I wanted to mention. I know. I'm doing it.
That's not a segue at that
what if
point. That's just completely.
Yeah.
That's
Good try though.
Cut.
That's
it's
good.
like a catapult backwards.
Trebuchet maybe.
in time.
It was like, what if we we do our shit where we beam out and then we get a beam that comes back?
Like in the movie Contact.
Yeah, but we find out that the beam comes back from us.
Oh shit!
It's like a different us. It's like us. And they're out of resources, and it's post-apocalyptic, and
They need
it's
us.
like a foreboding, and really what the movie's about is
We're coming
environmentalists.
back to kill you and take
The movie's
to
really
the
about being a
future.
good environmentalist.
Shit.
Good
And
for
what
them.
happens if you expend all the resources on your planet?
Then you just get a
Then
contact.
you become like the planet that's...
They're dead
the whole
already.
question is like, is it the future? Like, did it come from the future? And
Or are they dead?
what is this space-time continuum thing? Do we really understand it? No.
So environmentalists and not really understanding the space-time
Well,
continuum.
no, it's a whole, it's a whole...
Actually, I had an idea
If we
like
don't
that somewhere.
correct our ways...
I called the idea Case 47,
Oh.
and it's just like this.
Goodness.
It was just it's
606.
in the universal file system. Case 47 is planet Earth, and it's a failed case.
Whoa.
And it's just like for some reason they have to go back to Case 47, and so like we get invaded by these people who are way advanced from us, and like something's wrong here. We had to grab a piece of technology, but we're about to leave. You guys fucked up.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
Case 47 is a good name, but
Yeah.
I don't
Anyways,
know.
that was the idea, the concept. I thought of it within 2 seconds, and I was like, I'm gonna play with this some more, and then I fell asleep.
Why does it just seem like our galaxy's like extinct? You know what I mean? Like everything's dead. Like all these dead planets floating around and like barren shit.
Were they ever alive?
Yeah, I
Was
mean,
Earth-
Couldn't they have been?
Earth
they,
is not a.
They could have been, but I mean, we are
Don't
also.
we talk about how like your atmospheres can change over time? Like maybe like Pluto is a fucking I don't know. Is Pluto the
Yeah,
one that's
but
like frozen or something?
Pluto is just so far away. I feel like it would just. It's like at that point the sun
because
does
it's so
lose.
far from the sun. That's
Yeah,
why
it loses the energy and it's-
uninhabitable.
Yeah,
Now here's an
We have,
interesting
like,
thought.
Why do they exist?
Here is an interesting thought. So do you guys remember the UFO thing that I did?
Oh yeah, that was sick.
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
I
Very cool
can't
shit
tell you what episode that was. I want to say 11.
of summer
Episode
school.
11.
By the
Maybe
way,
10.
first episode of second season. Again, just wanted to restate it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Woo!
and then what Hoochie Mama?
hood rat, hood rat.
Hoochie Mama. So in that episode,
no mamas.
in that episode,
CIA, the KKK. Sorry.
In that episode, I discussed the person that I met who we did the UFO interview with or what have you, brought up the argument that, well, in the center of the galaxy, they've had stable conditions. You know, like the looking from telescopes, the light that we're seeing from other planets and the light that we're seeing from other stars that which we can sort of see planets in, that's hundreds of millions of years old because of the time it takes for the light to travel.
Right.
So they had that amount of time. Like we're seeing them, and they're in the beginning stages of. Oh, they look like they're about to turn into planet Earth. They have 100 million years of real time on us. We don't know. They have that planet has 100 million, or no, like even more. What? Any civilization in the middle of the galaxy? Actually, no, it's not 100 million. It's a couple billion, or something. Anyways, massive number. They've had that amount of time to establish whatever sort of sentient life and build an evolution and Darwin or whatever and become this super civilization on another planet. And they probably have so much more technology if they exist.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm talking to the UFO guy here. So he's saying, you know what? If they wanted us to see them, they would let us see them. They probably are so technologically advanced and they just, if they exist, they just want to watch us right now. We have no way of knowing because they are probably hundreds of millions of years ahead of us in technology if they exist in the center of the galaxy. Like, fuck. So there you go.
Fucking Cray.
Cray.
This fucking
Z.
This fucking guy in this photo is he's throwing off the focus. He's way too close.
Why
Dick.
are you looking at Facebook
What?
on your phone
Cause
and then commenting on the podcast? I mean, I do that
Hey,
too.
look at this photo, everybody.
I do
So
that
public
too,
it
but
right on
I'm
the
like,
microphone.
you know, they can't see it.
it's a fucking addiction, man.
Hey, when we're
You
hot
can never
shit
log off.
and we have a studio and we have like it's a film podcast and there's like wires and cool microphones and
So you have like a
See,
By the way, I do
you,
a-
you want more than 4 wires, as in 3
Yeah,
microphones
I
and the charger.
too. I made a Hail Mary pass.
Mitch is looking at it, he's like, you're right, there's only 4 wires here.
I was just looking at my toes.
Oh, those are nice too.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hail
feet.
Mary.
These feet disgust me.
No foot fetish for
the
some-
Hail Mary pass is I contacted Blue Microphones for like a sponsorship. And it was I did the best email I could do and I was like, I doubt the only way they would ever accept it is be like, wow, that was an initiative. Okay.
Good
See
for
what happens
them.
with this podcast. See how it grows. But because I was looking at those sexy, they have the Blue microphones. What they do is they're innovators in the sense that they take studio microphone technology, but it's plug and play with USB.
Nice.
As where
Oh,
for those of you that are
shit.
technically at knowing or versed, whatever. Most of the time, you have microphones that have a weird 3-prong thing called an XLR input, and you have to plug it into that and then get a USB mixer, plug that into a computer. You're hundreds and hundreds of dollars in the hole. These guys make good shit, high quality, affordable stuff that you plug right into Mac, PC,
Damn.
no drivers, works on everything.
Wow.
So I was looking at, they have the Blue Yeti microphones, which are so cool, and It's like, oh, we're a 3-man show, so, whatever, you can handle the finer details. It's basically like, you send us those mics, and what we need to get going, and then you're a sponsor, and I don't know. It'd be so cool, because those microphones look so sexy. And,
They also have a great name.
yeah, and they have great, like, features, too. Like, you can mess with, you can either do cardioid, where it's just, like, directly in front of it.
Mm.
You can do omnidirectional, where it's picking up all around it, and you can do only 2 sides, which is like a figure 8 formation.
Right.
For, like, literally, if you have a 2-person conversation, you plan it, and then it's picking it up from both sides.
That's cool.
But, the ideal is we each have our own microphone, and we're talking right into it.
Whatever the first.
That sounds
And
so
it
interesting.
would just
Tell
be-
me more.
Yes. It would be, I get it.
No,
I'm not thinking
actually.
that, but, it should be cool to
I
say,
don't
like,
get
oh, this show is sponsored by Blue Microphones.
Oh, that'd be
And
great.
I'd be like,
I would say it.
And it's like, all they have to do is give us gear, and it's like an investment for them in that when we get more and more popular, they have no...
They get people selling their stuff for free.
Yeah,
Look
because
how good we
it was
sound.
a one-time
We're using
cost
Blue
of giving us
microphones.
gear, and, if they want to give us new gear, that's all it is, but then that's really cool.
It's a good idea.
I say we start closing this thing down, because we kind of got to leave in a little bit, in a couple minutes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, I had a good time.
We did.
We got our shit together. I feel like it's finally we're at the stage.
Don't count your chicks
We're all
before the
mic'd
hatch.
up. Yeah, I know. I gotta listen back to the podcast.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's all great.
Fingers crossed.
Our website is workingtitlepodcast.com. Go there to hit up our YouTube page and our Facebook page.
Follow us on Twitter at Working Title Pod.
Yes, please follow us on Twitter. That is the best way to stay connected. Whenever we have updates, there's a little automated tweet that shoots out on Facebook and everything. And if you subscribe, it'll be like, oh, they released a new episode. Link, click on it, and you can download it. But what I really want you guys to do is subscribe on iTunes. That is the shit. Like us on Facebook. Rate the show if you can. Just give it a 5-star rating. If you can write a couple words, it helps tremendously. We appreciate it.
Post interesting stories you find on Facebook.
Yeah, post topics.
Tweet
and,
about. Yeah.
Help us.
Yeah.
And if we use it, we're gonna obviously give you credit.
We will
I will
shout
give them a
out
shout out.
the full name
We will shout out
Or-
the motherfucking.
or tweet name
Shit out
of
of
whoever does it. We might even tweet back live. Ooh, that could be fun for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Even though it wouldn't make sense until you watch the episode, but the tweet would be there.
Yeah. We're thinking about you.
Yeah, and we are
All day.
also. Oh, fuck, did I want to say something else about the?
Probably.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're on Stitcher Radio too, which is a mobile app. And probably.
Oh no, you love talking to him. That's what I think.
It's getting done.
I know.
The Stitcher app is cool. I legitimately use it. It is free mobile app for your phone, iPhone, Android, iPad. You can listen to Kevin James' podcast, Kevin Smith rather. Maybe Kevin James' podcast too. I don't know. Rosie O'Fucking-Donald, whoever's podcasting out there, you can listen to all of them. NPR. It's free. Download it. Open it up on your phone. On the first window you get, you can either sign in on Facebook, create a new account. Before you do either of those things, click on the orange banner. Tell us you heard about us. When you click on it, a text box opens up. In that box, you enter the one-word promo code Working Title for a chance to win $100, and Stitcher donates $1 to the show, which we can use to get those awesome microphones and crazy equipment and stuff.
Does Rosie O'Donnell have a podcast?
I'm sure she does.
Does she?
I feel like she would.
Crap, we're in competition with Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, we're in competition with a lot of people, but
I feel like Rosie O'Donnell's over the hill, so we should be okay against
yeah,
her.
you're probably right.
Good. We're good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Optimism.
And tune in next week for another episode. Seems like we got the ball rolling now. We're gonna do some after hours episodes coming up, so get excited for that. It's gonna be
You may
just
recall.
more.
You may recall our first after hours.
It's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be
They
better.
don't recall their first After Hours
Yeah.
episode, but you might.
I do.
Oh,
What
he
the fuck are you
does.
talking about?
I don't know.
He means like we don't remember what happened because we blacked out.
Yeah. Ha! He got us.
Yeah.
He showed us with that
Mhm.
lie.
All right.
What?
Later, guys. See you next week.
Take care.
Adios.
Yeah.
It's like libido,
Mm.
but it's also
Sex.
automobile usage towards a female.
Yes.
Driving.